I don't know how I feel about this round, guys. It is round 2 against the Washington Capitals. Of course, we are still without Joonas Korpisalo, and if you watched the last episode, which I'd like to think you did. That'd be kind of weird if you didn't. Obviously, we had some underperforming players. These are the lineups we're going to roll with here, though, for this matchup. The top line is reunited. The second line is reunited. The third line, though, is going to be Dahlman, Stenlund, and I'm going to have Abramov on his off wing. Just because I noticed I was looking at player morale and such, he is listed as a team leader. So we're going to give him a little bit more of a chance because it's not like Passy Hall did much. It's not like Velarde did much. And Victor Tarasov, well, for being honest, did not do a goddamn thing. The defense has also been reset. And it will be a short leash. It will definitely be a short leash for some of those players. They need to perform because I don't know if we're going to be able to just sneak by Washington like we barely sneaked past the Carolina Hurricanes. But let's take a look at who the Capitals have. Ovechkin is not the player up there for them, so he might be retired. 92 offense, 90 defense, 93 goaltending. So we have them beat in every spot, aspect, whatever you want to call it, with the exception of goaltending right now because of the Korpisalo injury. But let's see. Who do the Capitals have right now? And indeed, Ovechkin is there. Wow. All right, so top line. First off, we'll start with top line. Marcus Johansson, 4 points in that first round. How many games did they play? They played 7, right? Was it 7 or 6? 6 games. Okay, so 4 points in 6 games is pretty damn good. Nicholas Backstrom, still an 89, had 7 points. And Patrick Hornqvist is up there as well with 2 assists. That is a very dangerous top line. I mean, Patrick Hornqvist is obviously a little bit older now, so his wrist shot isn't as good, but that's a dangerous team. Second line is all Russians, all very dangerous Russians. It's Alex Radulov, who, of course, is a bit underrated in this game, but he had 3 points in the first round. Kuznetsov is his center with 5 helpers, assists, whatever you want to call them. And then Andrei Burakovsky had 5 points in the first round. That's a scary second line. Third line is Emerson Edom, who is obviously a bit better than he probably should be. He only had 1 point in the first round. Lyndon Vey is the third line center. He had 2 points, and Tom Wilson is there. He had 2 points as well. And then the fourth line, Alex Ovechkin on the fourth line. He had 2 points in the first round. He is with Lars Eller, who also had 2 points. And then Riley Barber, out of nowhere, with 3 goals and 1 assist in the first round. So, I mean, they have 2 very dangerous offensive weapons in Backstrom and Kuznetsov, and we can't hate on Johansson. But you can see why on paper we have them beat, specifically with our top 6 players. But who knows? The defense, it is Madison Bowie. I believe it's pronounced Bowie instead of Bowie. I'm going to say Bowie. He had 1 assist in the first round. He is with John Carlson, who is their best player with a 90 overall. He had 7 assists in the first round. Second pair is Lucas Johansson, only an 80, with Matt Niskanen an 85. And then Frankie Corrado is with Roman Bartek, who was a third-round pick in 2019. So obviously, Bowie, Carlson, Niskanen, that's pretty damn good. And then it really falls off. Like, really falls off. Wow. And by the way, Johansson is one of those underrated guys I've been talking about. I mean, he was a first-round pick for Washington in his medium top 6. I don't know if that's exactly fair. But the goaltender, it is still Braden Holtby, and he's an 82. Antti Raanta is the backup, a .935 save percentage in that first round. No injuries. Jakub Vrana, Hunter Shinkaruk, and Robin Salo are the scratched players. The big difference for them is going to be Braden Holtby. Can our offense get to Holtby in this series? It's very evident as to why we have them beat on paper, but that only goes so far. Let's do this. We're not wasting any more time. It is time to get into this series. It's been, 4 or 5 minutes already? I take way too much time with all the preamble. Let's get into this. It is game 1 on home ice against the Caps. Oh boy. All right, let's do this. First period of game 1. And Isaac Lutzer gets the opening goal. That makes me feel just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. We'll see if we can keep it up, though. Second period, and it's Kevin Stenlund on the third line. We outshot them heavily that period, too, and we are up 2-0 heading into the third. This is never a safe lead, as we have seen. But hopefully, and Johansson scores on the power play. Hopefully I could be proven wrong. That's what I was going to say. We kill off that power play, which is good. 8 minutes to go, another power play for Washington, and thank God another kill, but we can't keep doing this, boys. 3 minutes to go. Can we hold on? And we can. That was a bit nerve-wracking down the stretch with quite a few penalties and the power play goal for Marcus Johansson. But in the end, Kevin Stenlund gets the game-winning goal. Ty Edmonds, the first star of the game, with 28 saves. Stenlund was involved with both goals as well, and then Braden Holtby with 32 saves. I actually want to see who took those penalties. So in the third, it was Puljujärvi, Seth Jones, and David Savard. 3 guys you would expect to not make mistakes like that. But in the end, it didn't cost us, and we take home the victory in Game 1, which is nice. But we did the same thing against Carolina, and then we ended up going to 7 games. We have a long way to go in this series. Game 2, though, we're getting right into this. And, God, hopefully we can win both games at home. That's all I can really say. First period, and it is scoreless. We outshot them 14-3, though. And we can't get the opening goal. That's rough. Second period, we get the opening goal there, though. Puljujärvi. We have him doubled up in shots, and thankfully we're up 1-0. And, most importantly, he scored that goal on Ranta. No Braden Holtby. Is he injured? Is he injured for just this game or long term? That could be gigantic for us. Holy shit. Third period. We need a bit of insurance, though. I'm not very confident with a 1-goal lead. I have faith in Ty Edmonds. Bartek scores. God damn it. I jinxed the hell out of that, didn't I? I really did. Power play again for Washington. We're able to kill that off, but we are tied with 5 minutes to go. Next goal will probably win Game 2, and that is for sure what's going to happen as we go to overtime. So Roman Bartek's goal forces overtime. Ranta has made 34 saves in this game. Oh, if Holtby's not in, we have to win. Then we really have no excuse. Overtime. Let's go. And it's Patrik Laine. There we go, boys. There we go. Patrik Laine with the goal. And the Nords, on the back of 2 consecutive 2-1 victories, now have a 2-0 series lead heading into Washington for games 3 and 4. 25 saves and another first star for Ty Edmonds. The game-winning goal for Laine and 2 helpers from Ralph Jarrett. The big question is, where is Braden Holtby? We've seen it before where they've been injured for, just like at the start of a game and then they end up coming back. So we will see. We'll actually just straight up check the injury reports. But we are the only team left in the final 8 to have a 2-0 series lead, which is pretty nice. But let's see here. I somehow forgot how to get to the injury report. Korpisalo is still out for 2 weeks. Let's take a look at the Caps, and indeed, Holtby is fine. He may have actually been injured in Game 1 and just missed Game 2. There's no way to tell at this point. But Braden Holtby's here as we head to Washington, D.C. for Games 3 and 4. We have a 2-0 series lead. Let's hope we can keep it up. I mean, our offense hasn't been, dominant yet. I mean, we only have 4 goals in 2 games, but let's see what happens here. Maybe we can really turn it on and head up. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Take a 3-0 series lead is what I'm trying to say. God damn. I'm still getting over being sick, so sorry if I'm rambling a lot. I ramble anyway, so why am I apologizing? I'm rambling right now. First period. What's going to happen? And for the first time, the Caps take the lead in the first, and it's Alex Ovechkin with the goal. Second period, can we turn it around? And it's not what I had in mind. Jaden Schwartz gets his first of the playoffs, but then Backstrom gave him a 2-1 lead, and then Riley Barber, with 31 seconds left, scores from a horrific angle. Absolutely horrific. And Washington has a 3-1 lead as we go into the third period here. And actually, I'm going to pause this really quick because the goal, it was on Holtby. I just wanted to make sure. I thought I paused it. What just happened? Oh, cool. Burakovsky scored. We're down 4-1. All right, then. Well, I think the dream of a 3-0 series lead has just gone up in flames because the Capitals' offense is here to stay. Riley Barber, his second of the night, an empty netter. And out of nowhere, after 2 consecutive 2-1 games, 2-1 scores, whatever you want to say. Man, I am just off my game right now. I can admit it. We lose Game 3 by the score of 5-1. Just going to let that sink in for a second. We just lost this game 5-1. 3 points for Ovechkin, 2 goals for Riley Barber. And I am a lot less confident now than I was just a minute ago. Shit. But you know what? We have no choice. Scouting, you know what? Fuck it. Like I said, it's broken. We have no choice. We're getting right into Game 4. And hopefully we can turn this around and have at least a 3-1 series lead before Game 5 at home. First period. And that is a much better start. It is Isaac Lutzer and Seth Jones, 14 seconds apart. Jones scoring from directly, like, dead center blue line on Braden Holtby. That is a much better start, to say the least. We doubled them up in shots, and we're up 2-0. Second period, can we please hold on? And we can do more than that. Victor Tarasov, hello! Welcome to the playoffs, buddy. It's about time you decided to show up. It's 3-0 for the Nords as we start this third period. This is what I expected us to do in Game 3. We kill off an early power play, and things are looking good. We have a power play of our own, but of course we can't capitalize. That's a pun. 6 minutes to go. We're up 3-0. It's looking good, and indeed, it's looking very good. A 3-0 shutout, a 24-save shutout for Ty Edmonds in Game 4. Isaac Lutzer and Seth Jones also get a star of the game. And as we head back to QC for Game 5, oh, fuck me. We have a 3-1 lead, but we will be without Kevin Stenlund. He is out until May 18th. So 2 weeks from Game 5, or 2 weeks after Game 5. Oh, boy. So who do we call up is the question. That sucks because Stenlund's been great. So let's see. Our main options here. Paquin Boudreau, a name from the old Bruins series there. That is very weird how it just glitched that out. We have Paquin Boudreau. We have Jaden Deschanel. Richard Bukarts, who is pretty damn good offensively. As is Paquin Boudreau. Rodrigo Abols and Rocco Grimaldi. Now, Stenlund is a righty. So I'm going to call out Paquin Boudreau and Bukarts. And I want to see who better fits into this lineup. But one of these guys will get some playing time, which probably the right choice to bring on some depth. Jesus Christ, EA, I get it. Back down at lines, please. And then I'll hit best lines anyway. Holy shit. I'm still not a gigantic fan of this menu system. The defense is fine. The power play units will go with whatever the best lines say to go with. So let's see. The fourth line, I want to keep the same, most likely. I mean, Passy Hall does have 3 points. Actually, you know what? We will call up Passy Hall. And then it's looking like Paquin Boudreau will slot in on the fourth line. And we need to bring in Abramov for Bukarts. Kind of telling that it scratches Abramov when we go best lines. But this is what we're going to roll with. Matt Duchesne still only has a point. He dominated in the playoffs last year. He just hasn't done anything this year. So you know what? I am going to put him down on the second line with Schwartz and Puljujärvi. So Game 5. Game 5 at home. We have a chance to end it here. We have 3 chances to end it, but I hope we can do it on our very first chance. If we get to the 3rd round, we have Korpisalo back, and things will be looking very good for us. So let's see here. Game 5, we're up 3-1. I'm nervous as shit, but let's do this. First period, and we are scoreless. Second period, and we are no longer scoreless. Patrick Hornqvist gets the opening goal. 15 seconds later, Seth Jones ties it, and then Matt Duchene responds to being dropped down to the second line. He gets a goal, and we are up 2-1 heading into this 3rd period. 20 minutes away from going to the Eastern Conference Finals for the 3rd year in a row. And Vitaly Abramov, glad we kept you in. Glad we put you on the 3rd line. We're up 3-1. Power play for Washington is killed off. 11:20 to go. Another power play for the Caps. It's a fucking long power play. Holy shit. It's been at least 7 minutes, and John Carlson finally scores. What the hell was that? 2 minutes to go. We're still up 3-2. Can we hold on? Please, and we can. And the Nords are going back to the Eastern Conference Final for the 3rd consecutive year. Vitaly Abramov ends up getting the game winner. John Carlson made it a bit scary. Before we even look at the 3 stars, I want to see these penalties. What was it? Chychrun. Holy shit, man. Like, are you just trying to sink this team? A hooking minor, a double minor for high sticking, and then another hooking minor for Chychrun. He also had a holding penalty in the 2nd period. That is horrific. Like, that is just horrific. Somehow it didn't cost us, as Ty Edmonds continues to just, come on, for a free agent signing. The signings of Dahlman and Edmonds, it was just perfect timing. But for Ty Edmonds to be carrying us in the playoffs here is unreal. A 2-point night for Hornqvist in the defeat. And then Abramov, of course, with the game winner. I cannot believe Chychrun. Oh, shit, don't tell me Kachuk's actually injured. Oh, my God. No, he's out for 2 weeks with the concussion. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, guys. Like, I know we're looking at getting Korpisalo back, but what shape is this team going to be in by the time we actually get there is the question. Son of a bitch. Alright, so let's see here. Bukarts is a righty, so we can swap him and Abramov. So we may have to play a game like this. Now, the good thing is we ended it in 5 games, so people may come back, but this might be the line combination for our very first game of the Eastern Conference Final, which is pretty scary. But Stenlund and Tkachuk are out for presumably about 2 weeks, which is incredibly scary. We were the only team to win in 5 games, as of course we knew would happen. Actually, no, that's completely incorrect. We're the only team to have won our series so far. And, oh my God. Oh, these injuries are brutal. So let's see. Right now, LA and Anaheim, 2 apiece. Chicago up 3-1 on St. Louis. And Toronto and Montreal, 2 apiece. So let's move forward. Toronto's up 3-2 on Montreal. St. Louis won. And Anaheim won. So everyone will have the day off here. Moment of truth. Will we find out our Eastern Conference opponent? And we do. It took an extra year. Anaheim beat LA. St. Louis has stormed back and won 2 straight to force Game 7. Holy shit. Screw the scouting. Let's see. Korpisalo's back. St. Louis was down 3-1 and beat Chicago in 7 to go back to the Western Conference Finals again against Anaheim. Isn't that the same matchup it was last year? But I've ignored it for long enough. 2 years ago, we failed against the Toronto Maple Leafs. We didn't get our chance at redemption last year, although in a way we did because we went on to win the Stanley Cup. Now, for sure, we have a chance at revenge. It is the Leafs in the 3rd round, and I'm not looking past them, but realistically there could be a rematch against St. Louis on the horizon as well. I want to sim to next game to see if we get anybody else back, and we don't. So Matthew Tkachuk and Kevin Stenlund are both going to miss this next game. But on the bright side, we do get back Joonas Korpisalo. I'm not sure what to expect, guys. Korpisalo, though, I don't know if I'm going to play him in Game 1 because he's injured, and I do not want to take... Actually, I'll tell you right now, we're not playing him in Game 1. Ty Edmonds, with his .937 save percentage, will be played in Game 1. Korpisalo will not play until he is 100% healthy. And we'll have to see for sure when Stenlund and Matthew Tkachuk are due back. But I cannot risk playing Korpisalo and then having him get injured. We're still a week away from Tkachuk and Stenlund being back. But it's still sinking in that we were able to beat Washington in 5 games. That's insane. They were a very good team. But now we have to face the Leafs. And I don't know for sure how that will go as you guys get a look at the point totals. Certain players really need to step up if we are going to be able to get past the Leafs here. And we will see if they can do that in the next episode, because this one's over. We are moving on after beating the Caps in 5. And the next one, it is the rematch against Toronto. We don't have home ice advantage in a series for the first time since I believe we lost to Toronto 2 years ago. It's a chance for redemption. Oh, God. Like I said, this episode's over, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, support the channel by any way you deem necessary, and I will see you in the next one. It's our Round 3 matchup against Austin Matthews and the Toronto Maple Leafs.